Hello everyone, welcome to our wonderful story. Guess what? Someone received a gift with just apples in it. Now that's a bit subtitles. He curiously opened the box and, to his surprise, found only apples inside. Could this really be a setup for a funny video? Coincidentally, their poor teamwork nearly exposed them to parents. One was refused when trying to see them off. Dad said newcomers should stay at their post. Before he boarded, Mom gave him pocket money. Dad looked gloomy, finding his son's workspace like a haunted house with broken lamps. He was relieved that his son could change his fate, while Yoonju reminded him that you can't hide a fire forever. Parents certainly browse the internet too. At that moment, Yoonju looked curiously at the CEO's smart desk lamp, noticing it was taped down. When the guy saw it, he instantly recognized it was Dad. Suddenly, playing hide and seek, they hid under the same bed, taking long to realize it. At that moment, Rencheng realized tomorrow was Man's birthday, so he took her camping, saying it was Dad's arrangement. And so, the lovely day ended. But he forgot after a night of celebrating and carelessly left his earphones lying around. Min Young, curious as ever, sparked up another conversation, discovering on her birthday that Dad had turned into a smartphone. Dad never missed celebrations, no matter how busy. The girl sensed trouble, but Dad vowed to return by phone, offering another reason to catch the culprit. The next day, having lunch with friends, he received a surprise text that left him stunned. His friend quickly realized he had 23 million extra in his account and reminded him it might just be his pay. It's different, recalling past payday excitement. Now they just planned to buy Korean beef. But just as they were ready to pay, a wave of bills hit them out of nowhere, forcing them to put the beef. Now that they'd scored a paycheck, they were finally ready to splurge, even buying various outfits for their parents. Talk about living in style. He even fantasized about buying love with money. However, when he brought home Dad's favorite Korean beef, Dad ruthlessly kicked it aside, saying he shouldn't waste money. What a comical scene. Next, he gave Dad glasses. Dad instantly saw beef's value soar. Fish life, Dad, fish life, Dad. Because once he wore those, he saw his favorite star performing, and poof. They vanished the instant he took them off. When worn again, the star reappeared, and with a smart speaker, it was like he was hooked. He couldn't help but start boasting to the villagers about these amazing glasses. Seeing his mom's puzzled expression, he couldn't resist sharing that these were the newly developed Atwood glasses. Suddenly, it sparked the CEO imagination. The CEO found through investigation that Xiao Hei, his tracker, and Kyo Changwu had attended the same hiking event, suspecting a deal between them. So he returned to the company, uploaded the CEO content to Atwood glasses, and swapped them on to Kyo Changwu while he slept. When Changwu croakily woke and spotted the CEO sitting in the car, he was relieved to confirm he wasn't dreaming. The CEO suddenly yelled at him, questioning why he wanted to harm him, only to realize his glasses he finally understood had been duped, but luckily, our guy had recorded their talk, yet Changwu still played dumb. Changwu then called up the mysterious puppet master, feeling like things had spiraled out of control. I'll find him myself. Changwu felt helpless, while the CEO guessed Changwu would definitely reach out to their guy since he was very safety conscious. It's human instinct. Sure enough, Changwu called soon after, first showing sincerity, then found Xiao Hei before dawn. But the sight before him nearly knocked him over. Xiao Hei was bound and suffering on the hospital bed. Realizing he was trapped from that moment on, he bolted outside and dialed a payphone. He said he wanted to give the guy something related to the CEO truth that day, but upon arrival, he found Changwu sitting in a car, utterly. Just then, the police arrived, confirming Changwu had lost his breath, thus immediately marking our guy as a major suspect. Quickly, he got bailed out by the vice president, only to find himself heading to the patrol area. The vice president told him it was for the safety of Fan On Group. He realized it was a warning from the president. After leaving, he resisted the job, especially after Kyo Changwu died before him. Soon, the vice president increased the pay to a whopping 2 billion, but it wasn't just about the money anymore. So our guy resolutely decided to quit and go home to help his parents pick fruits. After a few days of persuasion, he made the choice to return. After all, running away won't solve problems. Bad guys still thrive. Only by catching them can we ensure other safety. Then the CEO prepared a new contract for him, again worth 2 billion. He stated that the reason for his return had shifted. Although he initially returned for the cash, it wasn't the issue anymore. The vice president, upon hearing about his comeback, began plotting the after learning Kuo Changwei had called earlier that day. The CEO received another phone call. They sought to find out who made that call, likely wanting to uncover who Changwei was in touch with. Thus, they went to the phone booth only to find no surveillance nearby. The cafe's single camera turned out to be a fake. As the two were heading back, they saw street performers recording, surrounded by live streamers. They hoped to locate that day's footage, and sure enough, the CEO found the video. The video clearly showed Kuo Changwei finishing his call and stepping outside, right before another man emerged from the booth. Yinju immediately recognized this man as the vice president's driver and bodyguard, a retired soldier. They sought him out and showed him. He declared that if this evidence got to the police, it would be like signing his death warrant. Just as he was gearing up to snatch the phone, he realized that our guy wasn't alone.